Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Today is the day, yes, it is finally here. The fundraiser for the Celtic Foundation is currently sitting at 1,286. Let's see if we can get it up to around about 1,500 on the day. It would be a fantastic, absolutely fantastic amount of money to raise for the Celtic Foundation. As I say, it is sitting on 1,286. I'll keep an eye on it as we go on through the next couple of hours before Motherwell take on Celtic this afternoon. And if you want to see the Just Given link, it is pinned in the description of this video, and it is also on the comment section, the live comments that's pinned at the top of that also, and then we'll try and get that updated as it goes on throughout the day. So thank you to everyone who has donated to that so far. Absolutely fantastic amount of cash that we are raising for the Celtic Foundation. Let me just double check one thing before we do go any further. Yeah, there we go, it's perfect. So yeah, Motherwell today, and there is a few players that if they do get on the pitch today, they will have to do a lot better than they did previous game. And let's face it, if you ask me personally, Yang and Louis Palmer, and it's not beers that I'm opening, no, it's not beers, it's one of my favourite, it is one of the favourite, and it's the green edition. It is the green edition of Red Bull. You see it there. The green edition of Red Bull. Just once again, the green edition of Red Bull. There we go. See it? It's fantastic. It's brilliant. I'm sure that will keep me going over the next 2 hours before the game kicks off. And the dogs just left the room. So yeah, there's two players today, I think, that if they get any game time at all, really need to get their finger out their arse. Louis Palmer, I think that we all know that he's not going to make it at Celtic. The other player on the other wing would be Yang. For me, Yang doesn't cut the mustard. He doesn't cut the mustard at all for me. So I think it's two positions that if Brendan Rodgers is seriously thinking about making us better as a team, the fact that we've got Kuhn, who could be out injured for a serious amount of time, if he is out injured, it leaves us really short of quality on the pitch. When you look at it also, the fact that when you look at it, James Forrest is out for 6 weeks, and especially during this important, vastly important time of the year, when Celtic do have a lot of games. Now, there is a big difference with this January compared to most Januaries. Most Januaries we play the game and on the 2nd of January, and then we break off for a couple of weeks. That isn't happening this season. No, it's not happening at all. The SPFL, in their wisdom, decided to get rid of the winter shutdown. They did decide to get rid of the winter shutdown because, let's face it, there was only one team that were really benefiting on an ongoing basis with the fixtures the way they were and the break, and it always seemed to be Celtic. Now, the fact that Celtic, we do have 2 games left in December. We've obviously got Motherwell today, and then we're away to St Johnstone, and St Johnstone's never an easy ground to go to. It's always a tight game at St Johnstone, but I do expect us to win both these games, which would make sure that we finish this year, 2024, on a high, and it will go down as another fantastic year for Celtic Football Club, both on and off the park. As we do head into January, we'll start the season of 2025 edition of this season. We will start it at Ibrox, and it's another game. I fully expect us to win that game. I think it'll be a close affair, but Celtic will just edge that game. I think we will get a little bit of a boost, hopefully, on the 1st of January with a transfer coming in on that day. And then we are off, we're back home, and Sunday the 5th of January, we've got St Mirren coming to Celtic Park. And then Wednesday the 8th, it's very unusual that you get 3 games. It's very unusual that we get 3 games within the first week of the calendar year. And that's what we've got when we head into January. We've got another game against Dundee United. Now, remember the last time we played Dundee United, just a few days ago, it wasn't the best game due to players being rested. Hopefully all our players will be back and it'll be a different result for that Dundee United game on the Wednesday night. Wednesday at Celtic Park is always fantastic, but when was the last time that we had an early Wednesday night in January at Celtic Park? It's been a long time now. And then we head up to Ross County on Saturday the 11th, and then away to Dundee, and then back home to Celtic Park for the Scottish Cup. Back home for the Scottish Cup on the 18th of January. That's a 4:30 kickoff just for TV. And then obviously there is Champions League game to look forward to. The Young Boys on the 22nd of January. That's the game that will ultimately decide if we do finish in the top 24. Hopefully it's a game that we can win, and it will make sure that we cement our place in the top 24 of the Champions League, what will give us an extra 2 games minimum. It will give us 2 games in the playoff positions. And I can't see us finishing top 8 now. I think that chance has came and gone. And then we have a game at Celtic Park again on the 25th of January. We do play Dundee twice in the 1 month. Once up in Dundee and then back down at Celtic Park on the Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. And then the ultimate game, isn't it? It's the game that a lot of fans have been looking forward to, going down in big numbers to Aston Villa. Yes, it is the last game in the Champions League, and it's a game that I think a lot of Celtic fans at the beginning of the Champions League campaign thought, yep, if we're in a fantastic position and we're in a position where we can we'll have hopefully qualified, and hopefully we'll have done enough to cement our place in the top 24, because when it goes to that final game, it's going to be it's a difficult game. Celtic against Aston Villa, I still say it will be a draw. I don't think that Celtic will lose to Aston Villa away. I think Celtic will draw that, and I'll stand by my prediction. I do think that we'll win against Young Boys also, just to get that good finish to the month. And then as it stands just now, there's only the 4 games. Yes, we head into February and there's only 4 games in the calendar, and obviously that will change depending. The league then reverts back to 1 game a week, which will be good for the players. After a massive, crazy busy spell, there is only the 4 league games in the February. There is one on the 2nd of February in Motherwell, and then we head to the 15th of February, which is a fantastically important day for me, and we play Dundee United that day. It's going to even be better. It couldn't be better. That Saturday's going to be brilliant. I might just, I doubt they'll be doing much Celtic stuff that day. I'm going to be on we'll be going out for a nice meal that night, I think. But yeah. And then on the 22nd, there is the game against Hibernian away to Hibs, and then we'll have a game on the 25th of February, Aberdeen back at Celtic Park. Obviously, if they win the Scottish Cup game against Kilmarnock, there'll be a Scottish Cup game to be played in February. And then if we qualify for the 2 playoff positions, the 2 playoff games, there'll be them to be played in February also. So that will take the total number of games to about 7. Then wraps up the games, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Getting back to today's game, I think the team will be out in around about half an hour's time. But I think we'll jump into, remember, we are raising money for the Celtic Foundation today. I know that a lot of you have paid in money already. We've just jumped up some more. David has put in, I'll start off with Pat actually. Keep up the good work, Baz. Listen later to your Boxing Day Live. All the best, Pat. He's paid £18.88 with a £4.72 gift aid. And then there's David Canavan. He's paid £50, so we have just updated that to £1,356. 1,300 is absolutely fantastic. If we can get it up to 1,500, I'll be more than happy. And I think that the Celtic Foundation will be more than happy getting a nice little bonus on Boxing Day. Nice little Brucey bonus on Boxing Day for them. And I'll just update, I'll just take the screenshot. 2 seconds, so I'll just update, because it's not letting me do the live screen of this, which is weird. So I am having to take screenshots and then upload the screenshots. And there we go. And that should be that updated. There we go, that's updated. Let's make it a little bit bigger. We're on 1,356, which is a fantastic amount of money. You know, we get put it just under the league. I get about the same size as the league table. There we go. So that is the live league table. Also, is there early kick-off games today? I've not even paid attention. Right, let's dive into the comment section before we get on a bit more about Celtic and wait on Celtic releasing the information. It'll probably be about 34 minutes from now that Celtic will release the boxing team for today. Mr. Conan's in the house first of all, saying hello. The One Celtic Fans View family. Lorna Gallagher's in the house. Hazel's in the house. Big Des is in the house. I'll be watching on my way to the game today. Troops, taking my granddaughter, Melania, to her first Celtic game. Buzzing. You always remember the first games. You always remember the games that you take the kids. It's brilliant. Big Des, he will represent the One Celtic Fans View community today and preach of our One Celtic Fans View family to all like-minded Tims. Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Jim F's in the house. Stephen Johnston is in the house. My throat's a bit croaky today. It's all the chocolate. And it's the breakfast of kings today, isn't it? It is. You have the breakfast of kings today, because you get up and you have some roast potatoes, and then you have a couple more pigs in blanket that's been left over, and then what other vegetables, and then you have the exact same again about lunchtime. It's fantastic. It is the breakfast of kings today. So Stephen Johnson's in the house here. Jim F's in the house. Michelle Shaw is in the house. Good afternoon, Baz, fellow Tims. Hope you have a wonderful day. Mark is in the house. 3 points, not the road today. Fair play to raising that money. I'm just going to check if it's went up again. So it's still at 1,356. Even if it climbs up like £2, and £2 by every single person that's on, because there's over 260 people on. There is over 260 people on this live. I've viewed it so far. There's currently 109 on, 109 people on. If every single person donated £2, that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for big donations. I'll take them all day long, and so will the Celtic Foundation. But with over 100 people on, if everyone paid even £5, if every single 109 people paid £5, it would raise a fantastic amount of money on this absolutely wonderful, wonderful occasion of raising money for the Celtic Foundation. I'm just checking it hasn't gone up again. So Brendan Rodgers and 2 players that have question marks over not only their Celtic careers, but whether they get to start the game definitely today, is out in the wings. Both players on the wings, because they did themselves no justice whatsoever in the last game. I think we all agree that Louis Palma is rank rotten when it comes to it. He's too selfish, and he froze. He couldn't take on a player, couldn't run past a player for love nor money in the previous game. And Yang, he's nowhere near as good as what we need at Celtic. Lanky's in the house. He said he might see Des at section 138. One of the best sections. If you're going to sit in a section now at Celtic Park, it has to be section 119. You know, the people that sit in section 119 have to do a big banner. We are the 119. We are the 119. Oh my goodness. And you just imagine when it gets round to 121. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, Yang and Palmer should never wear the Celtic jersey again, says Christopher Patterson. I'm pretty believe you. Hibs are beating the Jambos 1-0. Oh, you're hey, come on, the Hibees. Oh my goodness, that's even better. So they are. Yes, come on, the Hibees. Hibs are winning 1-0. Let's get the Scottish League table up, and it'll give us the live games. How did Hearts manage to jump above St Johnstone and everybody? What have I missed over the last couple? What did St Johnstone did down the bottom of the table? For goodness sake, how did Hearts manage to have St Johnstone get your finger out and Ross County get your finger out? Oh dear, we cannot have this. We need to get them back up. Come on, SFA, you cheating bams. Get some points going Ross County and get some penalties going Ross County and St Johnstone way. You have the power. You have the power. Anyway, the big game of the day for us is obviously the Celtic game. Celtic taking on Motherwell, and Dundee United will be hoping to take advantage of any dropping of points by Motherwell to try and overtake them. So would St Mirren actually, but anyway, who cares? It is all about Celtic today and raising money for the Celtic Foundation. I don't apologise for keeping on repeating the Celtic Foundation and the money that we are trying to raise today. We have raised over £1,365 already, and I will keep on putting on that. Pubcats in the house. We're at home to St Johnstone. Yeah, on Sunday. We're not at home to St Johnstone today. What are you talking about, man? Do you know what day of the week it is? We're at home to Motherwell today. Anyway, we move on. Paul says Jambos are getting beat, even better. Lanky, he says that the team will be Casper, Alistair Johnson, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Scales, Alex Baye, Carl Mack, Arnie Engels, McCowan, Ida, Yang and Palmer. Lanky, you also said that it looks like we were correct that Greg Taylor will be leaving Celtic in the next week. It's expected for Greg Taylor to leave Celtic in the next week, which will push through, which will only push... Sorry, I'm going to get a bit of chocolate. The amount of chocolate being given. Yes, so it looks like Greg Taylor will be leaving Celtic. If he is left out today, that's to keep his fitness and to make sure that the transfer, yes, the transfer does go through. I'm going to eat live on air, don't care. Got to keep my energy up for this marathon. Anyway, Casper, Alistair Johnson, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Scales, Alex Baye, Calmark, Engels, McCowan, Yang, Ida and Palmer. That's who he reckons the team will be. It hasn't been leaked that I've seen as yet, but it's not far off the team that I picked this morning. You St Johnstone game's at home, Buzz? Yeah, I know. It's at home. Did I say it was away? Yeah, because we're away to them in April. Who cares? Who cares? I'm trying to read about 5 different screens at once. Anyway, Celtic news out there. Jason Kunze is a savage. Shock. There's not really any speculation kicking around today with regards to transfers, but give that a couple of days and that'll ramp up through the roof. Obviously, everyone's talking about Alexandro Bernabe and then the Greg Taylor situation. I'm sure that'll be all over the media tomorrow, and I expect Brendan Rodgers to be asked about Greg Taylor before the game today. Mike says, hopefully all the business as usual today. Goals galore. Will it be goals galore? Because there's one thing, we've not been scoring a lot of goals of late, have we? Enjoy the game. Hoop Dog is in the house. Did you have a nice Christmas? I had an absolutely brilliant Christmas. One of the best Christmases yet. I had a really good Christmas. And I might even disappear off to the pub after this. Damn, Hearts have just scored. Oh, for goodness sake. What are Hibs playing at? Hibs always Hibs it, don't they? Hibs always Hibs it against that lot. Especially away. They always get beat away from home. Very rarely do Hibs win. It's 4 minutes into extra time as well. 4 minutes into extra... Oh, come on. There's 2 own goals. How bad is this game? It was 2... This is how bad both teams were. On 9 minutes, Hibernian score an own goal. And then on 45 plus 2, Hearts get a goal. But it was an own goal. Oh, they're just giving it out to each other. Anyway. Interesting. Pubcat says, I know what day of the week it is. You said you were away at St Johnstone, the Motherwell game. Pubcat, I have no idea what day of the week it was. I thought it was Sunday today. That's how buggered up my thinking everything is, because of people on holiday and stuff. I thought it was Sunday. Anyway, Michelle says, the big Des, enjoy your game. Peter, I need 2 tickets for when I'm home, says Peter. Don't we all? A winger in South America. Lanky says we're going for a winger in South America. My only issue with us going with South American players is the last couple that we've brought in haven't cut the mustard at all. Alexandro Bernabe didn't do it at Celtic, went back to South America and played brilliantly. Louis Palma, who was one of the best players to come out of Honduras, according to the Honduran FA, who's absolutely loved down there, and when he plays for the Honduran national team, is absolutely on fire. But when it comes to playing for Celtic, I mean, I know that Brendan Rodgers knows a good South American player or two throughout his time as management, and he can pick out a decent South American player, but ultimately, can Celtic really get a good South American player to come up and make us better and ultimately make us money with a fantastic sell-on clause? We'll wait and see. Lanky, I'll take you on your word as usual, but another South American one. The fact that his name's Caesar, I mean, Celtic fans will love that all day long. Celtic bring in somebody called Caesar. Could you imagine the Celtic fan base going to absolute meltdown territory? Kaiser, I haven't forgotten about you. I've just no idea what I'm doing today. So, and I wasn't even thinking about it yesterday. So I thought, how do I integrate it into this? And I thought I was going to use a paid software, but I'm like, I'm not paying for it for just the one-off live. But anyway, just donated. Good works. Gorbals Mali just donated. Is that another donation? Well, we are. We've just jumped up a massive Well, we've had lots of people donate. Thank you to everyone who has just donated. There's been lots of people just donated. Loads of people. Anonymous, £5. Angelo's just donated 20 Australian dollars. Gavin has just donated £10. Anonymous didn't put down what they donated. Lucianne donated £10. Gorbals Mali's just donated £8 and £2 gifted. Cineres coming out of North London has just donated £20. We are now sitting at a grand total of £1,424. Absolutely well done to everyone from the One Celtic Fans View supporters. I just update this bit. I will keep on updating this as it happens live. We're sitting on 1,400. That is a fantastic amount of money to be raised by an online community of Celtic fans. Not ones that manage to get to games, not ones that are sitting on a bus going to games, but a community of online people have managed to raise so far today. We're sitting at £1,424. So a big, massive, unbelievable. I'm so. There's no words. There's no words. Honestly, the way that you people out there have dipped your hands in your pocket for this, especially at this time of year. It's the time of year where you want to be watching money, and you know, it's a time of year that costs a lot of money for a lot of people, and the fact that there's so many people dived into their pockets and donated £1,424. Excuse me, that's not including the gift aid. The gift aid I've probably taken it way over that. I'll just see what the gift aid total is. So we are sitting at £1,423.56, with a total gift aid of £203.48 to be added onto that, which is a fantastic amount. So sitting at £1,423.65 as it is. It will be sitting at odd amounts due to people donating in foreign currencies, and the time that just given then convert the foreign currencies into pounds, hence the reason we're sitting at like the 65p. So don't get smart and think that people are donating crappy amounts of money like 65p. It's absolutely nonsense. It will be due to the fact that we are sitting with people have donated 1888 in 2012 and things like that. But it's a fantastic, absolutely fantastic amount of money. We've just went up again, £1,493. Duncan and Joyce, happy to support such a good cause. Merry Christmas from the Shetland Islands. He has just donated £50. Johnny Boy, I hope this helps, but I can't see what you've actually put in, Johnny Boy. It hasn't come up with the total, but we are sitting at £1,493. Absolutely fantastic amount of money. I'm going to have to try and see if this can click onto the live page so I can do that rather than having to take screenshots. The last time I tried it, it wouldn't do it, but I will just keep on updating this as we go with the screenshots. So that is sitting just now, we're at £1,493 donated by Celtic fans all around the world. It has to be said, there has been Celtic donations coming in from Celtic fans all around the world for this fantastic fundraising on Boxing Day. Obviously we did start it before today, which gave us a fantastic base and amount of money to be raising. Right, let's jump on to Celtic and see what they're saying. Celtic v Motherwell 58 minutes ago. Overseas subscribers can watch every kick of the ball live on Celtic TV. Tony Ralston interview. Watch Celtic Motherwell for £12.99. £9.99 for UK and Ireland subscribers. So you can actually watch today's game on pay-per-view TV. Pay-per-view TV. Right, still Hibs. It's half time at the Hibs game. Let me just do this. No, that's not what I want. I'll just click this. Right, whilst we are waiting, we've got about 15 minutes or so. Don't give me the bulk. Well done, Baz, in the community, says Lanky. Yeah, if someone can keep on putting up, I will just keep on double checking the amount. It is sitting at 1,000. It's Wolf. We have just crossed £1,500. We have just Fantastic, Baz. Well done, everyone, for helping with this great cause by the Celtic Foundation. Sean McGarry has just donated as well. Let me just try and see if I can get this page. It doesn't seem to want to go live on browser. Source. Wait a minute. We could have it. Interact. Yes, there we go. We have it live. We have the page live, so I could take this down. And there's the fundraising live. So this will update as we keep going. Perfect. It's managed to change its around. Let's change that. Put that there. So there is the live amount. So we now do have the live screen with the live, what we have raised live. We're sitting at £1,503. So every time that you donate now, when you donate live, you will see it change on this screen live, which is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Been over 71 people have donated so far. And somebody donate £2 just to just to check that this is live. And I'm so glad that we managed to get the technical difficulties sorted out, and we're sitting on £1,503. And fair play, absolutely fair play to everyone who has donated. A brilliant amount of money, fantastic amount of money that we're raising on the channel today. I gave £20. Who cares? Says Stephen Kelly. For Christmas, did my bit for the cares and the kids system. Stephen Kelly, fair play to you. Fair play to you. Okay, troops, I need to go. Have a good day. 3 point something coming. Scenario's on the way. 1.5, that's 2.4 hookers. Oh, Jesus. Lanky says, I gave the Celtic Foundation 2012 when I bought my tickets for today. And there you go. Even better. Even better. And we'll just keep an eye on that just to see if it does go up any. Right, anyway, till the team comes out, let's do a couple of Celtic quizzes. Celtic quiz questions. Celtic have just put out a picture of inside Celtic Park. So, in which season did Celtic first compete in the Champions League group stages? In which season, this is a quiz question for you, in which season did Celtic first compete in the Champions League group stage? Remember, it wasn't always a group stage format, was it? So what year did we, and who was the manager? Which season did Celtic first compete in the Champions League group stage? Tell me in the comments section. Driving from Madrid to Alicante. Need to get there for 4 p.m. David, I hope you left a long time ago, because it takes 2 hours on the high-speed train. And if you're driving from Madrid to Alicante, Jesus, you need to go some. I was in Who Cares Scotland. Well done, everyone. Hans Meltdown. Kaiser. Must have been around 2001. Yes, it was Kaiser. Kaiser said it must have been around 2001. It was Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill was the manager. And it was 2001-2002 season. They defeated Ajax 3-2 on aggregate to qualify for the group stage. Martin O'Neill was manager at the time. He was the manager at the time. Talking about 2000 under the Dream Team. This will be an easy question for you. Celtic, if you remember back in 1999 when we lost a certain manager, in came the Dream Team. The Dream Team was Douglas and Barnes. It was an era of big change at Celtic, and we went to. What did we win? What was the only trophy that Celtic won in 2000? Which went on to mean that. Douglas won a trophy. That tells you all. Tell me in the comments. What trophy did Kenny Douglas win as a manager as a manager? So, wee boys and girls, just get into this rotten mob if you prefer. There's Danny in the house. So, in the comments section, come on, tell us that the Tenants Cup. No, maybe it was still called the Tenants Cup then, wasn't it? Tell me in the comments section, which was the only trophy won in the year 2000? It was the only trophy in the Dalglish and Barnes era. And Barnes was meant to be the dream team manager, the manager that was going to take Celtic to the next level. And he was absolutely rank rotten. Huns Meltdown gets it. The League Cup. It was the League Cup. The Scottish League Cup. 10 and 6, said Kaiser. Baz, was the Christmas video you scoring through SSAB live chat? No, it wasn't. That was the Christmas Eve one, was it not? That was the Christmas Eve one. Scrolling through the Super Scoreboard live chat. That was the Christmas Eve one. The Christmas Day one was the King of Kings video. That was pre-recorded King of Kings video. Dan Cassie says, well, boys and girls, I wish to wish you a Merry Christmas. Paul says, the League Cup. Yeah, if you got the League Cup, you got it right. Okay, here's an easy one. Which manager signed Lubo Moravcik? Which manager signed Lubo Moravcik? That's an easy one. Which manager signed Lubo Moravcik? First one in the comments, tell us. Which manager it's not updated then, Stephen. Which manager? Dr. Joe. Gareth, you get it right. Dr. Joe. Alright, there we go. We've just donated. It has just updated. Has it updated on our screen yet? Why is it not updated on this? It might take a second or so. Why is it not updating the page? We are sitting at 1,518. £1,518. £1,518, but it doesn't seem to be updated on this page. I'll need to try and sort that. This is the problem with this type of stuff. Anyway, we'll move on from the. Has it? No, it's still sitting at 5,003. Dr. Joe, yes, it was Dr. Joe. We played, Stephen, we played St John's Kibble Falkland back in the 1990s. And right, the next question, because we will be looking to start getting ready to look at the team. Who scored the only goal in the game when Celtic defeated Rosenborg at Celtic Park in the group stage match in October 2001? Who scored the only goal when Celtic beat Rosenborg at Celtic Park in a group stage match, the Champions League, back in 2001? 2001. Now, he is a Celtic player, and if you've been watching this channel at all, he is a player, an ex-Celtic player that has made an appearance on the channel. No, it wasn't brought back. No, it wasn't. This is the big clue for you. He is an ex-Celtic player who has made an appearance on this channel. No, Alan, it's not Forrest. Keep up the good work, Lorna, thank you. Who was that player? He has... Tomo, Lanky's got it. Lanky gets it. Yep, Alan Thompson. Alan Thompson, who had made a brief appearance on the One Celtic Fans View. He has made a brief appearance. We are sitting on £1,528, but the live link does not seem to be updating on this page. for some unknown reason. If I re-put it back in, why is it not updating the full thing? Interact. There we go. I'm going to have to keep on updating it, aren't I? Never mind. If I keep that's okay. If I've got to do that, it is. We're at 1,528. £1,528. So that's a fantastic amount of money raised so far. Can we get it to 1888? Can we get it to 1888 before kick-off today? That would be funny if we did. Right, the next question. There's about 5 minutes until the team is announced by Celtic. This is an interesting one. This is if you know your history. Who was Martin O'Neill's first signing at Celtic? Who was Martin O'Neill's first signing for Celtic? Tell me in the comment section. Who was the first signing by Martin O'Neill for Celtic? The lineup is out soon. Yeah, the lineup is out soon. Lennon. No, it wasn't Lennon. It wasn't Lennon. It wasn't Valharan. Yes, Dave Stewart gets it. It was Chris Sutton. It was Chris Sutton. The Leicester would not sell Lenny. It was planned on being Lenny. It was meant to be Lenny, but Leicester would not sell Lenny at the time, and they got in Chris Sutton first. So big shout out to Dave Stewart who got Chris Sutton. Chris Sutton, that is correct. Right, I need to just jump on to the Celtic page. Paradise awaits. The team will be out in minutes. Now, if I've done this right, we should, if this works, the team should come up on this other page. But just in case it doesn't, I will get my usual backup. I will get the backup ready to put the team on. It'll be an interesting one today to see what the manager does do with the team. Can we get another question in before the team is announced? Let's get an easy. Let's get a bit more. I don't know, older questions. That's an easy one. There we go. How many Celtic managers, including caretaker managers, did Lubo Moravcik play under? How many managers, including caretaker managers, did Lubo Moravcik play under? Now remember, he was signed by Dr. Joe Venglos. So how many managers did Lubo Moravcik play under? I'm behind. I think I've seen the answers before the questions even asked. Oh, jeez. 3. No, it wasn't 3. Wasn't 5. You're getting closer. Wasn't 3. Nope, it wasn't 3. 4. Paul Hogan gets it. It was 4. The managers that Lubo Moravcik played under were Dr. Joseph Venglos, John Barnes, Kenny Dalglish as a caretaker manager, and he won the cup with Celtic after John Barnes was sacked, and then Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill came in the next season, and obviously Kenny Dalglish was not going to be part of Martin O'Neill's plans, so it was 4 managers in total. That brings the end to our little quiz today, because I am just waiting on the team being announced. I'll just double check how much money we have raised for the Celtic Foundation. It's 1,533. 1,533. That hasn't updated again. Still not updated. I'm going to wait. I'm going to leave that just now because I need to jump over. And the team is about to be announced by Celtic. And the team is Schmeichel, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, Arne Engels, Paulo Bernardo, Yang, Maida and Adam Ida starts today. Tony Ralston makes it a start today, which means that Alistair Johnston is still out injured. He still is out injured, which is a devastating blow for the player, and that site hasn't updated. I knew that would happen. Right, let me just take a screenshot of this and get it up onto that's a big shock news. Alistair Johnston has not made the team today. Alistair Johnston has not made the team, so that's a big disappointment for the player himself, and a disappointment for a lot of Celtic fans, because it means that Tony Ralston does start the game today. It's fantastic as a player, and important a player that Tony Ralston is. He just doesn't cut the mustard when it comes to being as good a player as Alistair Johnston, does he? He's just not as good. But hopefully there hasn't been too many changes, so I still think that Celtic will do fantastic today, and I think that it will still be as no, don't download all four. Fuck off. I have to do that again. 2 seconds. No. Download all 4 pages. Current page. There we go. Less speed and rest. Alright, let me just get this up. Front overlay. The team will be up now. And there is your team for today. Schmeichel, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, Engels and Paulo Bernardo both get a start in that midfield. That's the midfield that I thought I wanted to see playing together. It is a midfield that I think is the future of Celtic. McGregor, Engels and Bernardo. I would say Yang's the question mark on the wing. We're not going to deny it. We're not going to try and butter it up and say something that it's not. I think Yang is the weak. And Adam Ida, well, he's going to have a shift and a half cut out for him today. When you look at the bench, Sinisalo's on the bench, Trusty's on the bench, Palma is on the bench, Kuhn has made the bench, but he doesn't start. Alex Bay's on the bench, Kyogo's on the bench, Hatate is on the bench, as is Luke McCowan, along with Stephen Welsh today. And that is your Celtic team for the game today. We're sitting on 1,543. I need to try and get this to interact. Right. Nope, don't do that. Interact. Why is it not updating? Why is it not updating? And then I'll go back in, and then that should give me the updated version. Interact, so that, what a pain. 1,543. Yep, 1,543. So that's the amount that we are sitting at for the Celtic Foundation Just Giving page, with just over an hour and 10 minutes to kick off. So let's jump into the comment section and see what you say about that team today. Is there much of a shock? Is there much of a shock for the team? The Huns are... Graboy says, Merry Christmas to all the Celtic family. Hope you have a great day. Strong bench, but Alistair Jansen is out. Everyone else being back, which is fine. Like VAR slow, it's like VAR slow to update. Yes, it is that. Keep up the good work, Lorna, for putting up the Just Giving page, and I will just keep on checking that to see if it does go up. We're going to try and hit £1,888. Can we get that? We're sitting on 1,543, which is fantastic. It is. It's a fantastic amount of money. So the team. Come on, Hibs. Is Hibs scoring again? Not so far, unless they've just scored. It's still 1-1 with Hearts and Hibs, as far as I can see. But anyway, that team should be good enough to win today. When you look at the back line, Tony Ralston, he is a good player, but he doesn't do. I think the left-hand side will give us, the right-hand side, will give us problems today. Yang and Tony Ralston, they just don't connect with each other. They don't click the way that Alistair Johnston does with Nico Kuhn, and that's just it's an honest opinion. I think when you see what Alistair Johnston and Kuhn do on the pitch together, it's a big step down. It's a massive step down not having those two on the pitch together. If you look at the overruns that Alistair Johnston does to help Kuhn get into better positions, Kuhn then gets away up in front. Alistair Johnston helps him out. Ralston and Yang, they just don't do that. They just don't have that connection. Does that come down to playing together, or is it just the fact that they're not as good as the other players mentioned? Bernardo and Arne Engels, it's a massive game. Massive game for those two today. Those are the two players that Brendan Rodgers will be hoping that Paulo Bernardo and Arne Engels click together like glue today, and they are able to read each other inside out, because those two, whether you like it or not, and people were saying this morning, Arne Engels is complete rubbish, he's a waste of money at 11 million. Well, those two players are the foreseeable future, are the immediate future of Celtic Football Club, because Rio Hatate being benched, his form hasn't been great. He's one player that has an eye looking elsewhere. He has done for a couple of seasons just now. Ralston for president. Give me your scorelines in the prediction. After seeing the team today, give me your predictions in the comments section. Let's just do an update. Still sitting on £1,543 collected for the Celtic Foundation. I'll just check these notifications. So it is Boxing Day, it is business as usual, Celtic Park. Loan Yang to Albion Rovers, not just get himself. So Stephen Johnson is, I'll get some scorelines. Lorna Gallagher is going 3-0 to the boys today. Stephen Kelly is going for 3-0, but now he's going for 2-0. Yang is complete wash. Stephen Kelly did say 1-1. Stephen Kelly's now had 3 different scorelines. Oh dear. Lorna Gallagher is going for 3-0 Celtic. Paul McEwen is he's still saying it's Hearts 1, Hibs 1. With 61 minutes played. And Stephen Kelly's going for, I've read that one. Kokabis is going for 3-1 Celtic. Michael Cairns is going for 2-0 Celtic. Michelle Shaw is going for 3-1 Celtic. Worth a pound, says Wilson QW. Jason Quinn is going for 3-0 Celtic. Also, Diane is going for 4-1 Celtic. Stephen Johnston is going for 4-0 Celtic. Paul Hogan's going for... See the ones that are going for 2-1. When you look at the score lines that we've had recently, apart from the Rangers game, and the cup final, cup finals are always different games. I think when it comes to league business, teams are a bit more guarded against Celtic. When you look at the league table, we have only let in 4 goals all season. No, it's 2 goals. No, that's drawn. That's not even got the goals for and against. Jesus, Celtic, what are you playing at? I'll get the table up here. When you look at the goals against all season, we're sitting on 44 points. I should have just put the league table up on the screen. We're sitting at a plus 40 goals. 40 goals for, and only 4 goals against. But every week, people keep on putting Celtic to concede a goal. I can't see us conceding a goal against Motherwell. Motherwell were sitting with 23 goals for, and even though they're sitting in 4th position in the field, they've had 27 goals scored against them all season. Yes, they have had 27 goals scored against Motherwell all season. They're sitting on a goal difference of -4. So even they're sitting 4th position in the league, they're sitting on a goal difference of -4. So I can't see Motherwell scoring against us today. People might think otherwise, but I am going to go for, I think it's a Boxing Day one. I think it's a game that will be easily won in the end. I'm going to go for 3-0 Celtic, just to say. Kaiser is going for 7-0. Stuart Ramsey's went for 3-0 Celtic. Chris Boyd is joining Motherwell next season, says Stephen Kelly. Dan Cassie's going for 1-0. He's going for 1-0. Clean sheets all day long. The Sunstone Sheep, he's going for a clean sheet. I think it will be a clean sheet. Stuart Ramsey says, afternoon Baz and my fellow Sims. Hail from Uncle Stu. Camden Arst is down. Boxing Day at home, 5-0, says Gareth Robertson. Kaiser says Engel brought it for 11 million, a full Belgian international experience, his first major honour and trophy in the league. 18 million, tell the Celtic puppies. CBD toilet roll. Oh, Kaiser, we need to do our lives together. It'd just be so funny. My throat's killing me today. I don't know how. If that misses, he's giving me the lurgy. Merry Christmas, greetings, Baz and Lorna. Said noodles. Baz and Lorna. There we go. He's going for 4-0 Celtic. Paradise Found is going for 2-0 Celtic. And then Patrick McCauley is going for 3-0 Celtic. And I'm going to get my scores in. Celtic 3. win. 3-0 win. Kaiser, anything I was just saying, I'll brush my teeth. Brush your teeth and anyway, let's get a little bit of an update. We are sitting on £1,548. There has just been another donation come in. Just in the last 5 minutes, we were on £1,548. Now, I need to... It's a bit like VAR. It is a bit like VAR on the update. Just takes a minute. You need to look at it twice, and then you need to get the referee's decision. And then you need to interact. There we go, £1,548 is the current donation to the Celtic Foundation on this Boxing Day. And you will admit that's a fantastic amount of money for anyone and any Celtic fan. Do you like my Celtic top? Guess we got that for Christmas. So that's me got every single top this season except for the Christmas one. I didn't buy that Christmas jumper one. Did you buy the Christmas jumper one? Tell me in the comment section. Anyway, when you look at the bench today, Sinisalo, Trusty, Palma, Kyogo, Kuhn, Alex Baye. Will Alex Baye get some game time? And is this one of the last games that Greg Taylor will play at Celtic Park? Is this one of the last games that Greg Taylor will play at Celtic Park? Obviously, he's got the game at the weekend on Sunday. Will that be the last game, or will Alex Baye be brought into the fold? Because it has been suggested that Greg Taylor will be on his way out of the Celtic first team and joining a team down south. We do have one new member, Melanie Roxburgh. Melanie Roxburgh, welcome to the One Celtic Fans View. Yang today could be his day and can see him scoring, says Derek. Kaiser, are you doing a watch along today? If not, I'll just stay on here. I'll just stay on for another hour. I'm going to have to, aren't I? Look at the money that we've raised. We need to keep on raising money. Dave Morton, are you here, bro? If then, Merry Christmas, says Jed, sorry. Poll needed for a watch along. Tom, I'm going to be here as long as it takes, because obviously I did say that I'd be here for every £1,000 raised. I would be here, and we are sitting on 1,548. But I want to try and see how much we can get to before kickoff. And then what I might do is I might join Kaiser on his watch along. I might just join Kaiser on his watch along, be easier. So anyway, who do you think will make way in the second half? I think substitutes that will happen in the second half may ultimately be Luke McCowan to come on and get some game time, and Alex Bye to get some game time. I think that if it is to be one of the last games that Greg Taylor is to play for Celtic, Brendan Rodgers will bring off Greg Taylor towards the end of the game, 10-15 minutes ago, just to give him that standing ovation. He will know the situation going on behind closed doors. He will know that Greg is going to be going to another club in January, and he wants to make sure that Greg Taylor leaves the club as fit as possible, and he will also want to give Greg Taylor that standing ovation. And if that does happen, then you can guarantee that he is definitely on his way out the door. But I still think that the two in midfield, Bernardo and Arne Engels, I've said it for long enough now, that is Brendan Rodgers' preferred midfield duo going into next season. I'm not talking about this season, that's his preferred duo going in the midfield going into next season. What does it say about Rio Hatate? Well, Rio Hatate's form hasn't been the greatest. What does it say about Kyogo? Well, Kyogo would probably have got bullied by the defenders today. It is quite a big defensive lineup that Motherwell do have. And I think it was right to bring in Adam. Either the Hibs score is still 1-1 with Hearts. Meaning it is still 1-1 with Hearts. Just see the live league. When it comes to the league, it's made no difference really whatsoever. No difference whatsoever. Hibernian really need to win this. Hibernian are on 19 games. How have Hibernian played 19 games? Jesus. That's bad by Hibs then. They're going to end up right back down in the relegation battle. I mean, we've only played 16 games as it stands to date. But Hibernian and Hearts have both played 19 games. St Mirren have played 18. Dundee United have played 17. Motherwell played 17. Aberdeen have played 17. And Rangers have played 17 also. Let's just hope that Aberdeen can overturn their position in the league in the next couple of days. Right. We're sitting on £1,568. We just had another £20 donation from an anonymous subscriber to the channel. If he's not a subscriber to the channel, he has just donated £20 to the Just Giving page for the Boxing Day live event. I'll quickly update it and get it on the screens for you. Bit of a nonsense, I know, but it's just like VAR. Interact. There we go, it's £1,568. A fantastic amount of money raised by the fans, the One Celtic Fans View fans. A fantastic amount, and absolutely fair play to everyone who has donated so far. Right, let's get in a couple more quiz questions. We've got a little bit of time to hang about. Right, here we go with a quiz question for you. It's not that one. Which was Gordon Strachan's first trophy? At Celtic? Which was Gordon Strachan's first trophy as manager at Celtic? Which was his first trophy? And then I'm going to say, who was it against? Who was it against? So it's a double-ended question. Which was Gordon Strachan's first trophy as manager? And who was it against? Who was Gordon Strachan's first trophy? Kevin Blunt. The Moral Cup. Yes, Stephen Kelly gets it right. It was the League Cup. But who was it against? Who was it against? Who did he play it against? Tell me that. Who was the team that Celtic played in the Scottish Football League Cup? The Moral Cup. David says, hail hail for a very damp and overcast Cardross. Good positive performance. Will be ideal late Christmas present. Cheers for that, Kaiser. And no, it wasn't Aberdeen. It wasn't Aberdeen. It wasn't Aberdeen. Nobody guessing? Nobody guessing what team it was? It was Dunfermline. Yep, it was. Gordon Strachan won the League Cup. It was a 3-0 goal. A 3-0 goal win. They beat Dunfermline. And the players that scored the goal, Dion Dublin, Sean Maloney, and Zaravsky. There we go. An old one. Anyway, let's get back into that. Ross County Baz. No, it wasn't Ross County. It was Dunfermline. Dunfermline. Let me just double check if this has went up any. Still sitting at £1,568. £1,568. If we don't get it before the game today, we will be back on live to promote the hell out of this for the game afterwards. That hasn't even updated. I thought that was going to come with the players on the pitch. Oh, well, that's rubbish. I was just trying something new with a new site. All right, let's get to some of the Celtic headlines that are going around after Brendan Rodgers names Celtic starting 11 to face Motherwell in the Celtic team news. Motherwell confirms fan debate whether Brendan Rodgers has picked a decent side or not. Let's jump into the comment section of the one and only Twitter, the land of Twitter, which is always fantastic to get any common sense, really. After the performance against Dundee United, he should have been benched. It's funny that somebody's criticising Dyson Maida when he's been one of the better players this season. January reinforcements badly needed. Impossible to drop Yang after his performance. With the rolling eyes, yes. Hatate and Kyogo deservedly drop. Kyogo getting plenty of chances while he fluffs plenty of times. Hatate plays one good game in 10. Pardon me, interesting. Almost 2025, and we're still persisting of Greg Taylor and Ralston, says AJ Celtic. Well, Greg Taylor isn't going to be with us for much longer, so you can stop criticising the poor lad. He is going to be on his way out of Celtic in the next 2 weeks. He will be on his way out of Celtic in the next 2 weeks. So you all know who's coming home. Glad Ida up front deserves his chance. Nice to see others back in the team or squad, but Yang, never a Celtic player. Seeing King on the bench is pleasing though. 3 points ahead, lads. Tony Ralston is my favourite all time, but why is Brendan Rodgers still using him? Oh, there's a bit of irony in that one. Do you think that we've just won the cup, or are you 9 points clear in the league? With some of the comments. Exactly, Jake, exactly. Why do you continuously start Taylor? Stupid. How the F has Yang managed to start another? The guy is useless. Rodgers is now favouring that bomb scare Scales over Trusty, which is absolutely frightening. I don't think it is. Brendan Rodgers will know that these players are, if they're carrying slight knocks, if they've not been in training due to having an illness, they'll not be fully recovered in up to a full 90 minutes. Brendan Rodgers will bring these players on in the second half. There's an important game in 2 games' time. In less than a week's time, there's an important game. And this is all about, when you look at what Brendan Rodgers has done today, this is about managing players. So ultimately, because if Brendan Rodgers was to go into the game on the 2nd of January and drop any points at all, some fans would think that the roof had caved in. And although it's caved in on Ibrox many, many times, it's not going to cave in on Celtic. Brendan Rodgers is managing the squad so that the players that he knows can perform at their best come the derby will be ready to do so on the day. Why am I scared that Kuhn is not playing? Is he less? If it's less than a fitness thing? Are you trying to throw the league on purpose? Says a Celtic fan group. Oh, you've got to laugh at some of these comments. You do. The Hybees scored. The Hybees have scored. Come on, the Hybees. Hybees have scored in the 79th minute. Away to Hearts. Now that'll be a shock result if that stands. 78 minutes. It's the first non-own goal of the game. Yes, there has been 3 goals in this game, and it is the first non-own goal. That's a quiz question in years to come. Who scored the first non-own goal in a 2-1 thriller between Hearts and Hibs? Oh Jesus, honestly. Honest to God. And as normal, Google hasn't updated their site. Anyway, never mind. Let's jump back into Angelo. Scales especially. He's better with Cameron Carter Vickers. Hearts, they're prolapsing. Exactly. It's 2-1 says Stephen Kelly. Stuart Ramsey is in the house. The own goal derby. Yes, I think it is just the own goal derby. Right, let me just double check on an update of this. We're sitting at £1,618. £1,618. I'm glad it's not going to go on all day. Because I seem to have caught a lurgy bug for the missus. And if I've got it, I'll absolutely not be happy. £1,618 for the Celtic FC Foundation. 1,618. That's a fantastic amount of money. Can we get it to £1,888? 1,888. That would be brilliant if we could do that. It would be really special. Or even 1967. 1967 would be a fantastic amount. It does keep on growing up very, very nicely, and a thank you and a round of applause to every Celtic fan. There's been over 79 people have donated so far, and down my hat to you, and thank you, a big massive thank you, a big massive thank you to Craig B. Keep up the great work. He's donated £50. £50, absolutely fantastic amount of money. Anonymous, £20. Gus Simmons also. It's not coming up with. I'm trying to find Stephen Johnson's one, but it doesn't seem to be coming up. Stephen. I'll just see this. Go back into live chat. Thank you to Lorna, who keeps on putting up the Just Given page for me. Yang is prime example of how you shouldn't watch YouTube clips for a player and then he signs for Celtic. The guy looks better than Son. Yeah. And it's a bit of a wonder that Ange Postecoglou never really played much of Yang when he had him for that short period. No, he didn't have Yang, did he? He came in. When did Yang come in? Who knows? But he was brought in, he was earmarked by the previous manager. Celt for Life says, Brendan Rodgers, what is he doing? Crazy. people start doubting his game plan. Trust the process, exactly. Trust the process. It's all about managing players. I'm not worried about that team today. I think it's a strong team. I think when you look at the players that are on the bench today, Brendan Rodgers is doing the right thing. We've got a couple of important games coming up. Really important games coming up. And especially, you want to have all your best players fit for the derby. The derby's not going to be any walkover. We've seen it in the cup final. You know, they were really up for it and they had a good go at us. They scored 3 goals against us in the cup final. Nobody's done that all season. Nobody's put 3 goals past us all season in the league. We've only had 4 goals scored against us the entire season so far. The fact that he's got Kuhn on the bench, keeping him fresh for the derby game. Alex Bailly, I expect him to come in for the derby game. Hatate, I would say he needs that little kick up the arse, and bringing him back for the derby game may be a good thing. When you look at Kyogo, he was always going to get dropped today. Kyogo is missing some absolute sitters over the last couple of weeks. But when you look at the big players that he's up against today, he needed to be dropped. I am going to absolutely throttle this. Oh my goodness. This is the lurgy that she had just before Christmas. So we're sitting on £1,618, which is a fantastic amount of money to be raised by the Celtic fans. Dan Cassie says, well, plus I think we all know that he's Danny. Yes, we know that. Let's get into this mob. Lorna says, hey Magnus, Merry Christmas. Yang's Hibs quality. Yeah, he is. Yang is Hibs women's quality material. Yang is just rang, says Gareth Robertson. We'll donate another tenner if you can tell me what was the oldest team, who was the oldest first team player for Celtic. Who was the oldest first team player for Celtic? It was a goalkeeper, was it not? I'm going to Google it. I'm going to cheat. Alec McNair. According to this. No, that's not right. That's not right. And screen is just frozen. No cheating. Was it Ronnie Simpson? I don't think it was Ronnie Simpson. Was it Ronnie Simpson, the goalkeeper? Was it Ronnie Simpson? Last 5 minutes, and I did say it was a goalkeeper. Was against Hibs. Was it Ronnie Simpson? Yeah, Ronnie Simpson, wasn't it? I think it was. I'm not sure. Right, let me just get an update. I couldn't type it in fast enough anyway to get that. Of course, you've been good for all Celtic supporters after all. Good to hear that Lorna got spoiled by her other half. Good to hear that she got spoiled by the other half. Right. Yeah, I'm going for Simpson. I'll go for Simpson. We're at £1,706. Great channel, Baz. Keep up the good work. From Matt. We're all behind you, says Anonymous. And we're at £1,706. £1,706. I'm going to have to just go into this again and update it. 1,706. Oh, come on. Just get this to update again. £1,706. Fantastic amount of money. Absolutely fantastic amount of money that we've raised today so far. And I can't believe that I've caught the lurgy. And anyway, let me give you some more Celtic. Stuart Kettle names his team. Let me get the Motherwell team. Oh, they're playing Watt for the beginning. Tony Watt starts the game today. Tony Watt starts the game today along with Lennon Miller. Lennon Miller will be the one to watch today. That's everyone. I mean, the last time that Celtic played Motherwell, Lennon Miller kind of went out of the game after the last 10-15 minutes, didn't he? Magnus says, Baz, did you have a great Christmas day? Yes, I did. James McCarthy, the time he leaves paradise. Yes, I have Alex McNair. Alex McNair. I said Alex McNair, did I not? Let me just get the Hibs score. I'm sitting on 89 minutes. And it is Hibernian 2, Hearts. That keeps Hearts down in 10th position. I don't know how they've managed to sneak up a few positions though. St Johnstone and Ross County must be absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Paddy Bonner must have been the fair age. He was at Celtic for about 50 years. I think Pat Bonner left when he was about 33, I think. If I remember right, I can't remember. Tony Watt, mind when the Ty Tims made up a song after he scored against Barcelona? Yes. Yes, I do. A long time ago now. We are sitting at £1,716. Gus Simmons has just donated £10, saying, you are amazing. 1,716. So I'm going to have to go in and update this once again. Oh, I wish this had been a little bit easier to do, but it is what it is. We've got to manually update this. The powers of beat. Listen, the VAR takes 2 or 3 minutes. I'm still managing to get it updated quicker than VAR. £1,716 that we have donated. Absolutely fantastic amount of money that we have raised for the Celtic Foundation. It is getting closer to that 1888. I wonder if we will manage to do that, or if it will be 1967, or if it will just be near the £2,000. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Honestly, I'm so donated again. Let's get it done, says Gus. 41 years and 13 days, Baz, says Williman. 4 minutes injury, Baz, for the Hibs game. I'm on 91 minutes. 91 minutes with the Hibs game. It'll be fantastic. The VAR officials for the cup final were in Celtic's side. Does that count? I'm starting to get a little bit. Jesus. Going to have to get some hot water and honey. Some hot water and honey. So that's a brilliant amount of money that we have managed to raise so far. £1,716. £1,716. It has just went up again. I'll leave it a couple of. That does say 1,706. It has just went up another £10. And we also have a new member on the channel this afternoon. Also, Melanie Roxburgh, welcome to the One Celtic Fans View. Welcome to the Celtic Fans View. Well, Lorna, Danny Cassidy's wanting us to get into that lot. 2 minutes left for the other game that is getting played right now. And then just over 35 minutes to go till the Celtic game. 2-1. That's the wrong one. Hibs, I'm on 93 minutes. Is the game done and dusted yet? Let's jump back into some of the comments while we're waiting on that finishing. January reinforcements needed. Brendan, you're not listening to us. Donovan should play instead of Ralston. Donovan should play instead of Ralston. Interesting. I wonder if Mikey Johnson is a new... Oh, Jesus. Trying desperately to find the shop window here, aren't we? Yes, we are. Last chance for Yang today. He needs to show something, says Mike. Embarrassing comments from our fans again, I see. Yeah, it's Yang and Ralston and Taylor. Jesus. Please sign another right back in January. I thought AJ was going to be involved today, but he's not. He is not. I love seeing Hearts getting pumped. 2 minutes left. It has to be finally finished. I'm on 93 minutes. I am on 93 minutes. Just update this. Once more. 17. We'll go back in and update this while we're just waiting on that final score. We'll update this page again because it's not doing it automatically. £1,716. £1,716 raised, fundraising for the Celtic Foundation. An absolutely fantastic amount of money that the fans have raised on this really important month, because it's a hard month for a lot of people. The fact that 83 supporters have managed to dig deep into their pockets and raise over £1,716 for the Celtic Foundation through the Just Giving app and page is absolutely brilliant. And it's not to be sniffed at, as they said. It's a fantastic amount of money for a fantastic cause. And I'm sure that will be highly, highly appreciated by everyone at the Celtic Foundation. And it is such a great cause. They've given out so much money, the Celtic Foundation, to charities in and around Glasgow this month already, which is absolutely brilliant. We're now on 1,735. Merry Christmas, everyone. Tartan Paint has just give 1888. And I don't know if my throat's going to hang out to the end of this. 1,735 it is sitting at now. Just I need to take it down and then re-upload it to get the exact amount that we have raised. It's like constantly being on VAR. £1,735 that we have raised. Absolutely brilliant amount of money. We will be on live later on today after the game. I will be on live later today after the game. Maybe about 10-15 minutes after the game, we'll see what happens. I think we might nip out to the pub. What number's KT getting? Lorna, big shout out to Lorna Gallagher, one of the moderators on the channel. Big thank you to all the donations. What an awesome community. And a big thank you to Lorna. And I mean that. Lorna, you put in, an amount, you help the channel out so much. By putting up the Just Giving link on an ongoing basis and just making sure that the community is nice and safe on the channel. And I thank you. I really do. I thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed, the work that you put in on this. And definitely due to buy you and your hubby a drink one day. Would love that. Well done to the Edinburgh Tims. That's it. The game is full time. What the high bees. That's a massive result for Hibs, by the way. They would have the full stand behind the goals. It's not often that Hibernian go to Hearts and win. This is the day that they win away, as they say. Yeah, it is the day that Hibs win away, but it doesn't do them any real good for the table. That is the downside of it. There is no change on the table for them. Means that Hibs are sitting on 21 points, and Dundee are sitting on 19 points. St Mirren, it does move them closer to that top 6 possible finish. A lot of football to go before then. But anyway, it is all about Celtic and the team that we put out today. Big kisses, Auntie Lorna says, Gareth. Well done, Lorna. Lorna, love this One Celtic fan community of ours. I know you do, Lorna, and that's what... And it is. It's a great... And a big shout out to all the mods on the channel. It helps me just focus on like doing this side of it. And it is such a great community. And it has shown what a great community it is when you see the money that we have raised for the Celtic Foundation. It's not to be sniffed at all. 1,740. It's now sitting at 1,740. So I am going to have to go back in again and not into that. 2 seconds while I do my VAR impersonation. £1,740. £1,740 that we have raised. That's brilliant, honestly. It is unbelievable. This community sometimes just it goes above and beyond anything that I would expect on YouTube. It goes above and beyond sometimes what I would expect people just watching a YouTube channel to do. And the fact that we've raised over £1,740 now is just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. And I thank every single one. There's been 85 people that have donated, and I truly think that every single one of you are absolutely amazing. And a big shout does go out to the moderators on the channel, because they keep an eye out on the channel. Cracking banner from the Highbees. I never seen the banner from the Highbees. I'm sure I'll see it later on today. Thank you, Lorna. Lorna's getting a lot of love. A tartan tin of paint. Thank you for your donations. Thank you everyone who's donated, actually. I think Paddy Stewart will be up. How do I donate? Where's the link, says David. Where is the link? The link is there. There you go. The link is there. Lorna went on to say, cheers everyone, happy to help Baz and the charity out. Best community that we have. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for that, Lorna. And the Just Giving page is there. And let me just double check, because I've got a funny feeling I'm going to have to update this every couple of seconds now, and it's still set at 1,740, which is absolutely brilliant. Honestly, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, back to the team. Back to my throat. Let me just WhatsApp the next door office. Anyway, Lorna Galaxy, thank you, Baz. You've done amazing. Thank you to everyone who is on. Dave Morton says, all right, Baz, hail, hail, the One Celtic Fans View family. He's going for 4-0. Chilpa says, didn't go to the match today, knackered from yesterday. Chilpill's not away to the match today. Somebody's now sitting laughing next door. We did do a video where someone had a bit of a tickle and cough. And she's passed that lurgy on to me. Nice to have you in the house, Chill Pill. You're not going to the match today because you're knackered from yesterday. Must have done a lot yesterday. A bottle of Buckfast is good for a sore throat. I know exactly where I can go and get some Buckfast, and I might have a little bit today. Might just have a little bit today. Once we've done the lives. I can't do it once, obviously. I've got the lives to do. But a fantastic... I've got a tin there that I'm not needing nothing. I've still got a drink there. It's cool.
What were the messages about?
Because I've got a sore throat.
I thought you were hinting that you wanted something to drink.
No. I should have just taken the drink, eh? Oh my God. Yes, we are sitting on £1,740 for the Celtic Foundation. An absolutely fantastic amount of money. Oh, I can't believe that she brought me a tin of Red Bull through. What a woman. What a woman. Anyway, let's get back to the Celtic chat. Just do a quick update. 1,784. We are sitting on £1,784. Let me just go back in here and just update the page. Do the VAR impersonators. There we go, and get that back up. And we're at 1,784. £1,784 raised for the Celtic Foundation. Yes, absolutely buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing with that. That will keep me on for at least another 25 minutes, and then I'll need to decide where I'm going to go and watch the game, because the missus finishes at 4 o'clock today. Because I thought it was Sunday and I thought she was finishing at 6, but no, she finishes at 4. Anyway, and a big shout out to the subscribers that we've gained today also. We're sitting on 20,363 subscribers, which is a fantastic amount. Right, let's get back into the live chat. A load of Hibs fans in the way in today. That's a disgrace, the way Celtic and Sevco fans get treated by Hearts. Yep. Paul, she's a fantastic woman. Absolutely fantastic woman. The priests are coming in later to give you the team news. Says Stephen, Wilson QC, Jesus loves Buckfast and more. The monks making it 24/7. Yep. Hank has got his grandkids coming in from California. Hank's got his grandkids coming in from California to watch their very first Celtic game. This is what I mean about Celtic fans. You don't become a Celtic fan. You're born a Celtic fan. And to hear that he's bringing his grandkids that came in from California to see their first Celtic game today. Let's hope that Celtic turned on the style. Let's hope that Celtic do turn on the style. 1,794. A big shout out to Magnus. Something to help you reach your target. A big shout out to Dave E. Cowie for the £44 donation. Craig Young, £5. Tartan Tin of Pain, 1888. Absolutely loving the money that is coming in for the Celtic Foundation today. A big shout out to Stephen Johnson. Big shout out to Jerry Casti. Big shout out to Chilpel, Wilson QW, and Hank, amongst many, many others who have helped out on the channel today. Just donated, cheers Baz, and everyone says Magnus. Did I just see your one, Magnus? Yes, I did. I just seen that seconds ago. Now we are sitting at 1,794. Whoa, slow down. What's went crazy. Dave, you've just missed it by 4. Slow down. You've just... Oh my God. This is what happens when everyone donates at the same time. We've just missed it by £10. Oh, I can't believe this. We missed it by £10 because people were donating like mad. You need to give me a heads up so that we could have said we have just surpassed an amount that we were trying to get to. We're sitting at £1,898. £1,898. Yes, come on, absolutely. We were trying to get to 1888 today. But we've missed it. We missed seeing the total by £10 because a big shout out to one of our subscribers. A big shout out to Dave. He just did at the exact same time, seconds apart. Magnus donated £10, and at the exact same time, David E. Cowie was donating £104. Magnus took us over the limit. Absolutely fantastic. And that was David, and hats off to David, because David 3 minutes ago donated £44. He then donated 104 just minutes. That is just unbelievable. That is unbelievable. It's completely unbelievable that we've just done that. We've raised 1,900. Right, let's get it to 1967. And then tell me when you're going to donate. Tell me in the comments so that we can get it to 1967, and then we'll go and watch the football, and then we'll come back afterwards. Even if we don't do that before we go and watch the football, to hit 1,000. And a big shout out to David. Give David some. I'm just. I can't believe that. You're past it, David. You're past 1888. David Cowie, you are an amazing guy. You're an amazing guy, and thank you for trying to get us to hit 1888. But just as we're at 1,917. We're at 1,917 now. Tarleton Tin of Paint has just donated 1888. Now let me just get into update this screen. Let me just update this. This is mad. This is absolute madness today. This is unbelievable. It's went so much better than what I expected it to go today. Unbelievably so much better. And the day is still young. We've raised £1,917 now as it stands. Oh my God, man. Jesus. Unbelievable. An absolutely unbelievable amount of money. Absolutely brilliant. And hats off to all the Celtic fans who have donated to that. Unbelievable. I need to keep on updating this page now. It's at 37. It's just updated again, isn't it? Mikey Bowles has just donated 1967. We're at 1,937. I can't even update this page quick enough. Right, slow down, because if you're trying to hit 1967, you're going to miss it, because I can't update the page quick enough. I can't get the page updated quick enough. We're on £1,937 now as it stands, which is a brilliant, honestly brilliant amount of money. When you put this into perspective, when Neil Lennon did his fundraiser for the Celtic Foundation just a few months ago, back in October, Neil Lennon raised £9,000 for the Celtic Foundation. He was the Celtic manager. He was a Celtic player. I've managed to raise £1,937 just being on YouTube. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud. And I know there are a lot of other people out there. I know people that have raised 25 grand and lots of money for the Celtic Foundation. But I think for this little channel to do what it's done, and it's such a difficult time of year. A time of year where we're at 1,945. We are at 1,945. I'm going to have to update it again. Right, I'm going to just update this right now live. We're at 1,945 pounds that we have donated to the Celtic Just Given fundraiser. 1,945. Slow down if you're trying to hit 167. Once we hit 167, I might just finish off, and then we'll resume after the game, because there's no way that I could keep going through the game. My throat just would give in altogether. £1,945 we are sitting at. We're smashing it. Lorna Gallagher's over the moon. Something today says, let's hit 167. Another £10 incoming says, Celt for life, just donated €10. And 11.50 says, Stringology. Let me just do one more update. We are still sitting at 1,945. £1,945. We are still sitting at £1,945, which is a fantastic amount of cash. I'll try and share it to my mates and groups after this video. Stephen Kelly, that would be absolutely brilliant. If you do, tell them that we will learn sign language, save your throat. I'm going to have to do something. Craig says, see you soon, Mono Hoops. He's off to watch the game. I think everyone will start jumping off to watch the game. But keep going. If you're still here, keep going, because we are still trying to get to that 1,000. And we've smashed it. Wow! Holy shit! That's probably just been demonetised. We've just smashed it. Gus Simmons just paid £50. Celts for Life just donated. We are sitting at £2,005. Unfriggin-believable. Wait till I just update this page. We are sitting at over £2,000. An unbelievable amount of money to be raised on such a fantastic. I'm so. We've hit 2,000. We have hit 2,000. I need to stay on for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to get the missus to put the telly on next door for the football. Looks like I'm watching the football in the house today. And I'm not going to do a watch along because my throat. I need to keep my throat for later on for after the game. The throat is starting to go. I have. How long have you been online? We've been on this live today for 1 hour 47 minutes. We have been on. So I was true to my word. For every £1,000 raised will equal 1 hour on YouTube. We've been on for 1 hour 47 as it stands. We will resume this. We will come back after the game to get a full-time reaction and an update on the 1,000. But it's not even 1,000 now. It's 2,000. We've raised over 2,005 pounds. 93 supporters have raised over 2,000, and that is just unbelievable. Celts for Life, £10. Gus Simmons, £50. Over and above what I was expecting people to donate this afternoon. A big shout has to go out to Tartan Tin of Paint, who gave so much also. And then where is it? Dave Cowie, who donated £44, and then seen that we were getting closer to 1888, and just at that time that we were going to hit 1888, both David and Magnus donated together. David was trying to get us on the 1888. He donated £104, but unknown to him, Magnus also donated, which took it to £10 over the 1888. We then smashed that so far. We've smashed it to £2,010. £2,010, which is an unbelievable. Dublin Mick, he's just donated £5. It is an unbelievable amount of money, and for the Celtic Foundation, which is it's the charitable side of Celtic Football Club, and we all know that the Celtic Foundation will be so glad to get this money in, and for the Celtic community. I know that the Celtic Foundation has raised a lot of money during December so far, but we've just given them an extra £2,000 on Boxing Day, which for me, I am completely honoured to be part of, to be part of this community, to sit on this side of the camera and have so many people on the other side watching it on their mobile phones, watching it on their laptops, watching it on their televisions, watching it on their iPads. You know, people getting ready, people jumping off because they're actually going into the game now. So many people around the world haven't donated also. God bless everyone. God bless everyone that has donated. It's an unbelievable. I need to update this again. 2 seconds. I am going to jump off in about 10 minutes because my throat is starting to give way, and I'm going to need to just make sure that I'm fine for after. I will be okay for after the game. I just never thought this through at all. It's worse than being at the actual game and singing for the best part of 90 minutes. £2,010. Yes! Yes! Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Fair play to everyone who has donated. It's unbelievable. Let me jump back into some of the comments. Lanky, get Bucky in your bars, problem solved. Lanky, I know a pub just about 5 minutes down the road from me that has Bucky in the freezer. So I'm going to go there and probably have a couple of Buckies to get my throat back into. Well done to David, says Stephen. Lorna Gallagher says, awesome amount of money to troops, thank you. Opinionated Glaswegian says, I hope young David and that, I don't know. tea and lemon. Yeah, I'm going to get some ginger and lemon. I've got ginger and lemon through there. Brian, everybody who's donated, God bless you, says Brian. I'll second that. Brian says Lorna. And paracetamol bars. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and get something. The viewership has jumped down now. Everyone is getting ready to go and watch the game. If you are looking for a watch along, jump on to, I think it's Celtic World, that Kaiser, he put the link up for the watch along earlier. Joseph says, hail, hail, Baz. One of our 8 granddaughters got her first Celtic strip. You should have seen her jumping around with joy. I got this one for my Christmas, look. We got the full collection. Dave Morton says, hail, hail to every Celtic fan, what family. Massive congratulations to the One Celtic Fans View family. I'm just going to double check that we are sitting on 2010 pounds. We've hit 100% of what the target was. The target was £2,000. We've done it. We've been on air for 1 hour 52. I didn't think that my throat would end up going. The team for today, the team that's the players have came off the pitch and they're way into the dressing room getting ready for kick-off. Cameron Carter-Vickers comes back into the team today. He plays alongside Liam Scales. With Greg Taylor, is this the last game that Greg Taylor will play at Celtic Park? Will the manager bring Greg Taylor off with around about 80 minutes into the game, or 75 minutes into the game, to give Greg Taylor the ultimate standing ovation, because Greg Taylor knows that this ultimately will be one of the last games that he plays for Celtic? Tony Ralston, the ever dependable Tony Ralston, makes the game today, with the fact that Alistair Johnston has not made the game. Is that a worry for Celtic in the upcoming weeks? Nico Kuhn makes the bench. Nico Kuhn does make the bench. Trusty makes the bench. Palmer makes the bench. I think Palmer's there just for the fact that there's not many players on the wing that can actually play in that position. Luke McCowan, I expect him to come on in the second half for maybe Arne Engels. I do expect Arne Engels is my shout for first player to be substituted out of the midfield. I think that Luke McCowan will get some game time, and then Rio Hatate will be brought back into the fold. I don't think that the manager will go with Paolo Bernardo and Arne Engels for the full 90 minutes, with the other games in mind in the next few days. Dyson Maida is the Duracell bunny for Celtic. He needs to perform to his height today and get some fantastic crosses in for Adam Ida. Yang, well, will this be the day that Yang finally comes to the fore as a Celtic player? With all the trust that Brendan Rodgers has put into Yang over the last couple of weeks, within his press conferences saying that Yang is a fantastic player, he just needs to show it a bit more. Well, how many players has he said that about over his career? Anyway, sitting on the bench is Sinisalos, Trusty, Palmer, Kyogo, Kuhn, Alex Baye, Luke McCowan, Hatate and Stephen Welsh. Stephen Welsh, well, will he be another Celtic player that may get some game time later on today, just to keep him fresh in the minds of teams that are sniffing about to take him out on loan? We've been raising money today for the Celtic Foundation. It isn't over yet. We will be back after the game today for a Celtic reaction video. And for any fans that are travelling home on buses, and any fans that are late to the show, late to the party, and they want to donate to such a fantastic organisation. The Celtic Foundation does a lot of good for a lot of people in and around the world. Not only near Celtic Park, but all over the world. In America, they've set up a Celtic Foundation in America to work with the charities in America. They've done work all over Africa, has the Celtic Foundation. And they also put out the majority of their money to in and around the east end of Glasgow and further afield in Scotland. So the fact that we've managed to raise £2,010 so far is testament, absolute testament to the people that we have on this channel, the supporters, the subscribers, and people that have donated. I absolutely am overwhelmed with the amount of money that we've raised today. One last check-up before we go and watch the game. It was still sitting on 2010. It is unbelievable. Thank you to everyone who has watched. Make sure that you join me for the live after the game today. Enjoy your game trips. Lorna, you have been absolutely amazing. Wilson QW is going for Engels' first goal. And on that note, Have an absolutely amazing day to every single Celtic fan out there. I'm away to get something from my throat, and I shall see you after the game. Unbelievable.